What is happening, Magnusites? Silver Surfer. The Fantastic Four is doomed. MCU gaslighting in full swing. Really? Let's check this out. Those of you that follow me on Twitter know that I've been attacked by the Twitter mob. They've all been blocked. But it is what it is. We know what Disney's doing. So let's check this out. Let's see what the nerdrotic has to say.
This is big drama. According to Deadline, Emmy winner Julia Garner set to play the iconic character of Silver Surfer. Now, who does that?
A lot of people jump to the conclusion that they're gender swapping Silver Surfer. Actually, they're not.
Right.
Listen, we know that there is a female Silver Surfer obscurely in 4 comic books or so. I believe it's 4, only 4. People even talked like I didn't know that when the article clearly expresses that. However, what I was explaining is that we all know that everyone wants the most popular version. Silver Surfer is known to be a male, not a female. And with Disney doing everything they're doing, the voice is female, and everything else, that we knew that they would try to find some type of way to make the character female. There were already rumors about it. And then we heard that they said they weren't going to do it, and now they did it. So while there is not a gender swap, because there is a female version, think about this. There are like female versions of a ton of characters that have been gender swapped over the years. Okay, a lot of them have been gender swapped or tokenized with different races. It all has been done. The fact of the matter is, I've got a complaint because fans want the most beloved version of these characters. Okay, Peter Parker's a man. He should stay a man. The Silver Surfer is a man. Should stay a man. So on and so forth. Black Widow is a woman. She should stay a woman. Wonder Woman, it's in the name, is a woman. She should stay a woman. Mary Jane's a woman. She should stay a woman. Bring us the most popular, beloved, fundamentally sound versions of these characters. The characters that are definitively these characters. They're not doing that. Okay? And people are just ridiculous. They reach so much to try and make this work. It ain't working. And if this is the only Silver Surfer they have in the movie, guarantee you that is it's gonna take major points from him.
Marshall Ball is a character. You gotta just go to the Marvel database, and they describe that she is. Shalabal has.
And that's the thing. A lot of people, and I'm not saying John Campea because I haven't seen his video on it, but a lot of people are making it like the fans don't know. We do know. We know that there are female versions of a whole lot of characters, including the Silver Surfer. As a matter of fact, when the news first broke, the rumor first broke, people were talking about it. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, because Disney does this so much, whenever they make a character female that was originally male, that most of the fan base knows to be male, my thought, like a whole lot of other fans, is to think they must be using some obscure version of the character in some one-off run or some version that didn't work to do this so that fans can't say that this character doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? You can have clones of characters and all this other stuff that are different versions and different sexes and different, races. Like Wolverine has the female clone of him. So, look, but they don't want to make money. So it is what it is.
There's also been a Silver Surfer before in the alternate reality of Marvel's Earth 9997.
So, she's now playing Norin Rad, okay? She's playing Shala Ball.
Yeah, and it's in an alternate universe, which the fans don't really care about. Anyway, because they want to see the male version. They don't care. Now, you could bring in the male version in this movie, and it might suffice, but it's all going to depend on how you do it. Because, you know, they've been depowering the men and super empowering the women in the movies, instead of making us both powerful, making us both the stars. They can't do that. They have to slant it for some reason. And they've been losing billions of dollars. And they've been losing millions upon millions of customers and clients. So it's up to them to keep on doing it.
I mean, come on, people.
If you see any videos saying Marvel wokeified Silver Surfer, just know it's people being stupid and they're not real fans and don't even pick up comic books.
False, buddy.
Make a game. Now, why did they do this? What was Marvel's possible thinking?
I mean, listen, yes, this one is a more obscure character.
I don't care. You know why? Because I don't even think Silver Surfer's that interesting of a character to begin with, first and foremost.
The bottom line...
Well, that's him. I've loved Silver Surfer for a long time. As a matter of fact, if I remember while I'm editing this, I'll show you my favorite picture ever of Silver Surfer. Always thought the dude was cool. But they're not listening. They're not listening. And people are going to try and make it like you're not a real fan and you're not this. That's a lie. It's an absolute lie to try and make you look bad for wanting the original character.
And there's just a lot of people who don't want to see women get major roles.
And that's absolute false, too. Absolute falseness. Untruth. The fans have loved female characters forever. The heroines, we have loved them forever. I'm getting sick and tired of different channels and journos writing that the fans have a problem with female characters and being empowered or being the lead. We never have. We never have. However, if you want to swap the character or use the female version because you've got an agenda and we know the most popular version of the character is a male, and that's who everyone's coming to see. It's like, the fans are like, what are you doing? Like I said, it doesn't matter. If you go to see Superman, you're not there to see Supergirl. That's not who you're there to see. And they just keep doing it.
The foolishness of that comment is so deep, I can only ascribe it to higher education.
But look closely at Tobey Maguire's dick.
You have to have gone to college to say something
Tobey
that's
Maguire's what? What did he say?
Some may argue that the phrase the MCU has had its time. It's an expired meme, and it's a bit overdone, and I would completely agree with you. I was ready to retire it, but apparently Disney Marvel isn't. They keep pulling me back in. It was supposed to be a quiet year for Disney Marvel after the biggest flop in their history, the Marvels, and then following that up with Echo, although we haven't heard much about that series lately. Forgive me, I had to get one more in there and give this video a leg up.
Horrible.
But now, after Disney spent $40 million fighting off Nelson Peltz and putting out political ads like this.
What's the harm of letting activist investor Nelson Peltz or Jay Rizzullo have a seat on Disney's board?
I was like, this is political mudslinging. I didn't know they did that for these type of votes.
The answer is simple. If they succeed, Disney could suffer the same fate as other great companies that Peltz has previously infiltrated.
Important you vote only for Disney's 12 nominees using the white proxy card. Do not vote for the Trian Group or Blackwell's nominees.
And keep in mind, all of that was just to keep 2 people off the board. Bob Iger's job was never in danger. But obviously, Bob Iger and his board of yes men and women thought his plan was in danger. Ultimately, and as expected, the weatherman was victorious. The dinosaurs voted to ignore the meteor, and just a couple of short hours later, his plan was revealed by Disney announcing the most MCU of MCU decisions.
We've got to pander harder.
From the people who brought you female Taskmaster, female Loki, female Thor. And up until...
Yeah, let me ask you something. Why didn't they use a female stunt person in the suit for Taskmaster? Why did they use a male? Answer that for me. It doesn't make any sense. He still should have been male. Doesn't make any sense.
At this point, the worst of them all. Female Captain Marvel. No, not that bad female Captain Marvel. This bad female Captain Marvel.
Change the character just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Disney Marvel presents the latest character and casting announcement from the Fantastic Four film that will blast misogyny in the face with the power cosmic. Female Silver Surfer. From Deadline, the Fantastic Four Julia Garner joins Marvel Studios movie as a Shala Ball version of Silver Surfer. Now, I have nothing against this actress, but maybe Disney and her agent does because she...
By the way, we're also being attacked because they're saying that she's only going to play the male Silver Surfer's wife. That's it. She's not going to be a Silver Surfer. Yet all of the news outlets are saying that's exactly what she's going to be. So I guess we'll have to wait until the movie comes out to find out if those people that are attacking us over that are telling the truth. You know what's crazy? How we're not attacking these people, but all these people that are mentally ill and insane on Twitter and YouTube are attacking us. Isn't that weird? We have a problem with something, but we're the ones being attacked. Like we're the bad guys. The bad guys are attacking us, guaranteed.
She probably has no idea what she's getting into.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
You're a fucking liar, and I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you if you don't tell me.
No, you are not.
And to be fair, she'd probably be more convincing as a Silver Surfer than Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, the smartest man in the Marvel Universe.
By the way, what was I going to say? I had something to say. Hold on. It was
Would be more convincing as a Silver Surfer than Pedro Pascal.
I'm gonna kill you if you
something
don't tell me.
was sparked there. Right?
And to be fair, she'd probably be more convincing.
Oh,
as a
yes,
Silver
I was
Surfer
going to say.
than Pedro.
A lot of YouTubers, certain YouTubers I've noticed, and I'm not arguing with you. You know, you have a right to your opinions. No attack whatsoever. Y'all know me. I don't, attack people. But some people say that, I'm not going to hold the actor accountable for taking the role. They're just taking a job. Absolutely not. One or two people need to be held accountable. Or three. Your managers, your agents, or you yourself. Because you get the final decision as an actor. You need to understand your brand. And you need to understand your audience. Who you are being marketed to. And what you're doing. Because if you do not, you could be involved in something that's really going to mess up your reputation as an actor, or hurt your career as an actor. You could take a role as a character that people didn't want to see. They've got to be careful. They've got to be absolutely careful at this stuff.
Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. But that doesn't change the fact that this is an incredibly stupid casting announcement, and we'll get to that. But first, let's hear from the dying Access Media and the Wikipedia experts. Sources tell Deadline that Emmy winner Julia Garner is set to play the iconic comic book character in Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. Now, maybe in my over 40 years of comic collecting and 10 years of comic retailing, I missed the seminal run of the Shala Ball Silver Surfer that went over 100 issues that earned her the mantle of icon. But the first of our, actuallys is going to come from the Audio Video Club. Please be normal about Julia Garner playing the Silver Surfer. Fans are being normal, and that's what you fail to understand, and that's why the Access Media is dying, and it can't happen fast enough. For years now, the fans have been asking for Disney, Marvel, and all of woke Hollywood to be normal about their casting announcements. The Ozark star is set to play the Shala Ball version of the Surfer, and we'd like everyone to act like grown-ups about it. I guess that depends on what kind of grown-up you're talking about. A normal grown-up with some common sense
Yeah.
who didn't even have to read the comics or know who Shalabal is, who can see through this horrible business decision.
Exactly,
or
sir.
the kind of grown-up that needs to suck on the corporate titty to maintain their access. The Silver Surfer is a male named Norin Rad who sacrificed his soul, his...
I'll tell you this. I don't know if John Campea is in the pocket of anyone. I've met him. He was really cool. I've had a couple of quick message exchanges over the years with him. Met his wife. She's great. But I got, you know, he's a lot nicer about things than several YouTubers are. And I get it, not wanting to be wrapped up in a certain amount of controversy. Many of us as YouTubers express ourselves in different ways. Some will come out and, like I used to be, which is half full, always glass half full. And I'm like that in my life with the majority of things in my life. However, Disney has showed us over the years that we need to think half empty with them, because they always disappoint us. It's not, it's happening all the time. It is so rare for them to make us happy these days that, you know, it's just a miracle every time something good does happen. So having said that, you know, I know a lot of YouTubers out there, and I won't name names. I know that some of them are literally paid shills. Some, though, are afraid of controversy. Some of them are afraid of the woke mob. They're afraid to speak their minds because they're afraid of being attacked. They're afraid of not being liked. They're afraid of not being invited to all the different, you know, venues and events and getting free tickets and getting merchandise and, you know, staying in the good graces of these gigantic companies. I, however, come at it a different way. Mine is to let you know, Disney, WB, whoever you are out there, that I'm a fan of your products. I've been a fan of your company for years. I'm just telling you how I feel as a long-time customer, client, consumer, whatever you want to consider me, a fan. I'm letting you know as respectfully as possible how I feel. I never called you guys morons. Okay, I may say you make bad decisions or stupid decisions, but I'm not going to name call you and tell you that you're morons and you're dumbasses and you're asshats and you don't know what you're doing, because I know the truth. I know you know what you're doing, and I know you know how to turn it all around, because you wouldn't be this big if you weren't doing the right thing for so many years. Get off that bandwagon. Stop destroying your IPs. Start making your fans happy again. Give us what we want. You get the money, we get the entertainment. We're all happy.
Freedom and his dick and balls being encased in silver to become the Herald of Galactus, helping the big purple guy find planets to consume, some with life on them, all to save his planet Zenla and his girl who lives on it, Shalabal. That is the iconic Silver Surfer, one of the more popular characters from Marvel. But now the Access Media and the Wikipedia experts are going to tell us we're wrong.
Yeah.
They're going to say we shouldn't care. And if you do, you're sexist and misogynist.
Yeah.
And you just hate women, because we haven't heard that one before.
Yeah. And that's the one that's funny to me too, because for years, if you watch us, myself, Nerdrotic, other comic book guys, action movie guys, superhero guys, have talked about their love of iconic female, powerful, strong characters. But as soon as we have an issue with you switching the gender to tokenize in some form or fashion, or to pander, or to move forward with an agenda, then that's when you lie on us. You literally lie. You spread lies, untruths about us, and say that we're misogynist when you know it's a lie. When you have to lie to win an argument, you've already lost. It doesn't make any sense. It shows their desperation, as a matter of fact. That's desperate. And it reeks. It stinks!
The article's author, Matt Shimkowitz, who currently has his Twitter account protected, tries to rationalize this casting choice by equating it to Michael Keaton's Batman. Some people can't handle any time, and I guess he meant to say there is a slight swerve in casting. We could take it back to Michael Keaton playing Batman. While there was some backlash, I seem to recall that
But he was still a man.
Batman is a dude and Michael Keaton is a dude, so it gives you something to work with, and it obviously did. As with most major male comic book characters, particularly from Marvel and DC, there is some female derivative version. Some have worked, a lot haven't. And it's no different for the Silver Surfer. There is a Shalabal version in the alternate Earth X timeline, and there is a Juno version from quite...
You know what really bothers me? I was like, when I heard that they actually took a documentary film where or a documentary movie, a movie based on real events, where they actually gender swapped one of the people that actually did the historical event. Why would you do that? So one day we're gonna see in a biographical movie about Thomas Edison, he's gonna be a woman, because it's only fair to swap him, because it's not fair that he's a man, so we should make him a woman. Complete insanity these days.
Frankly, a comic book series I never read. Something the Wikipedia experts will now know about.
I'm still not waking up.
Oh, and here they come. The human race.
Here comes the most misogynistic people you will ever meet in 3, 2, 1. There's a female Silver Surfer in the comics. Literally, this post has her. People will call this woke and not know the source material. Great, then you should be well aware that Shalabal is a completely separate character than Norred, and the concept of a female Silver Surfer has existed for years in the comic books. What's the deal? There was a female Silver Surfer in the comics. This should be a no issue unless you don't like the choices of actress to portray the female Silver Surfer. Discussing film, could you please refer to her as the actual name of her character rather than just female?
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth, I think some of these writers, directors, actors and directors specifically have made these deals to where they have to direct or play certain parts in certain movies. Because I don't think there's anyone in their right mind as an actor that if they knew what was going on with certain characters in certain genres of stuff and how the fans feel, what they like and they don't like, what they love and they don't love about what is going on, there's no way they would take these roles. No way. I know plenty of actors, and some of them, they take roles because they're broke. Not too many of them are rich. Like, you think they're rich, you might see them on in a major movie. You may see them on a series on Netflix or on regular TV, and you're thinking, because you see them consistently, that they're rich, that they're wealthy, that they're well off. They're not. They are not. I am telling you, it's a certain top percentage of actors that are the ones with money and have the quote-unquote FU money, and I'll take the roles that I want. But some are struggling so bad that no matter what, they will take a role because they need the money. I don't know her. I don't know what she knows about the movies right now and what's going on. I would have never took that role. And I'm telling you right now, as much as I'd like to go mainstream as an actor and play in all the cool movies, all the top budget, do all the cool roles, I absolutely refuse to be involved in anything that disrupts the fandom, destroys the IPs, destroys the characters, destroys the companies, destroys the stock. Never. If that's what I have to do to make it in mainstream Hollywood, then you're never going to see it. And I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if people, you failed, you never made. No, I chose not to go that far. It's always a choice. Always a choice. And I'd rather be true to my own heart and soul as a fan and to the fandom and to the truth of that character than anything else. There's no way I would ever want to make anything that would not be legit toward those characters. So, and people, oh man, if you was offered this by Marvel, you take. No, I wouldn't. And I would make a video telling you, if I didn't sign an NDA, I'd make a video telling you, yeah, I was offered this, and I said no. And I'll say, you know why? You see the movie that came out? That's the character I was supposed to play. You see what they did to that character? You think I would have been happy with that? You think I would have been happy with them destroying the character like they did? No. Absolutely not. I'm about to go on a rant, man, about
Male Silver Surfer. People are seeing this and thinking Marvel is gender-bending Silver Surfer when they're actually just using another character who has...
I will do YouTube for the rest of my career as an entertainer and never step foot on a Hollywood stage for anything if it means, keeping my integrity and staying true to myself as a person and a fan of entertainment. There is no way. Okay? No way.
Now the title. Just going to leave this here. Female Silver Surfer is comics book accurate. You know how I know? I Googled it. I can't wait for people to complain about Marvel being woke and act like there has never been a female Silver Surfer. I don't even read the comics, but I know about the female Silver Surfer. No, I don't remember her name. And no, IDC, I don't care, because it doesn't matter.
Yak. Get a job.
Well, if it doesn't matter, then why bother changing it? Just make him the Norn Rad Silver Surfer. If it doesn't matter, then why bother posting about it? Then we get the rationalizations. Maybe this is a multiversal story, which it probably
that's
is.
What I
and
kept
we'll
hearing.
get the Franklin Richards Galactus along with the Shalabal Silver Surfer. Or maybe we'll get what the Audio Video Club is proposing. We're sort of assuming that Shalabal's inclusion in the film means that the male-identifying Silver Surfer will also appear in the movie.
PC
at least
wording.
in a mid- or post-credit sequence. I can't imagine why the Access media is dying. But let's, once again, cut the bullshit and, what we do here a lot on YouTube, state the obvious. They made this decision because it is important to them. It was purely based on the message. You know this, I know this, the Access media knows this, and even some of the stands on Twitter know it. Otherwise, they would have gone with a much more established female herald of Galactus in the comics, Frankie Ray's Nova. It would have made more sense, but it still would have been stupid. And let's put it in its simplest terms. If you want to make...
Because everyone knows you want to see the Silver Surfer as Galactus's herald. Because that's the guy that's known as the Silver Surfer. Like, that's it. You got what I'm saying? Never mind.
A successful movie, you want to give it its best chance to succeed. If you're, say, Disney, and you completely own the rights to something like The Fantastic Four, you want to adapt it as close as humanly possible. Now, I might be going out on a limb here, but there's an argument to be made to just adapt Fantastic Four #1. No Franklin Richards, no Shalabal, no Norrin Rad, no Galactus. Maybe introduce Victor Von Doom at the end. Just have the Fantastic Four. That is Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm,
That'd be cool.
Ben Grimm, and the Mole Man. Why don't you just try to make, I don't know, a good Fantastic Four movie first, and then expand on the lore and why am I wasting my breath? I mean, the only thing the Fantastic Four #1 did was launch the biggest comic book company of all time. For those of you who don't know, the Fantastic Four established the world that Disney was making billions on just a few years ago. It introduced the Skrulls, which Disney fucked up. It introduced an early version of Warlock, who Disney fucked up. It reintroduced Namor, who is now known as Namor, who Disney fucked up. It introduced the Inhumans that Jeff Loeb and Ike Perlmutter fucked up. It
Never saw that. That's the only one I've seen.
Panther, which Marvel has
Oh,
fucked
and
up.
Agents of
And
S.H.I.E.L.D.
yes, it introduced the Silver Surfer, which they've already fucked up, Galactus, and Doctor Doom, which they will fuck up. Oh, and I forgot one. They've already fucked up the introduction of Mr. Fantastic by popping off his head in Doctor
I hate even
Strange.
watching
Disney
it. That's
does
why I
not
closed
deserve
my
your
eyes.
benefit of
I
the
couldn't
doubt.
believe they did that.
Fantastic Four is doomed, and in all honesty, it has very little to do with
Give us
Julia
him just to
Garner's
kill
casting
him.
as the female Silver Surfer. It's just another red flag. But what the hell do I know? What the hell do you know? What the hell did Archie Goodwin, Roy Thomas, George Perez, John Byrne, John Romita, Rich Buckler, Jack Kirby, or Stan Lee know about the Fantastic Four? Obviously not as much as the director of WandaVision and the writer of Terminator Dark Fate, along with Kevin Feige, whose Marvel Studios has been in steep decline for the last 5 years, and the 73-year-old former
I wish Stan was alive today so I could find out exactly how he felt. Would he shill for them? Would he tell the truth? Would he express his unhappiness in what they've done to his characters? It makes me wonder what he would do. You know, make sure you go watch Young Ripper. He did a couple videos showing exactly where Stan Lee told you that the X-Men was never woke and never meant to be woke in the beginning. Remember that. He said it out of his own mouth. He didn't use the word woke because people weren't using it then. But yeah, you know what he's talking about when he says it.
other man who just figured out gaming is popular with kids this year, who's really good at buying beloved IPs and destroying them. Bob Iger, the same guy the stockholders just gave a huge vote of confidence to.
They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash.
nerdrotic.com.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying.
If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you heard, thank you for listening this long. I will see you in the next video.
Make sure you get over to Nerdrotic and subscribe. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. It is what it is, man. I'm going to continue to follow this, similar to how I followed wrestling until I could not follow it anymore whatsoever. Will mainstream media lose Tyrone Magnus as a commenter? We will only see. But, oh, by the way, let me know if I should go see The Monkey Man or not. Let me know if I should go see it or not. Do you want a review or not?